G'day people, I'm Sharyn. Welcome to my channel. Have you got orphan blocks that you've made for a quilt perhaps in the past but you didn't need as many as you made? Today I'm going to show you how I'm turning an orphan block into a Quilt As You Go block. The design is actually from Bonnie Hunter, quiltville.com, and I think it was in Celtic Solstice, the design. Now, the thing is, with a square like this, I've got a bit of a problem. It's got both diagonal and vertical. So it doesn't matter which direction I go in, it's not going to work properly if I'm trying to use a design from my embroidery. But the square is 9 inches finished, which is exactly the right size for my Memory Craft 15,000. So what can I do? How can I do quilting on this? I need to choose a design that is not perfectly horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. So what did I decide to do? Well, I've decided on design number 74. And the reason is, whilst it has horizontal and vertical lines, they are actually wavy, which means nobody's going to think it's a bit odd if they don't completely go down in a ditch. I could also have chosen to do clamshells. Any of the curvy sorts of things would have worked. You do want something that's going to mostly cover the whole design, but yeah, flowers, all sorts of things could be done. Probably wouldn't go with one like that, or the straight lines. The straight lines are where it's going to start looking odd if it's not exactly in a seam line. I am hooping up on the 23 centimetre hoop, just over 9 inches, on my Janome Memory Craft 15,000. I'm going to put a couple of pieces of the rubberized matting in there that will make things a bit firmer, because I still haven't managed to locate where all of my magnets are. So I've got little pieces of the rubberized stuff in there. Magnets, it would be better if I had all 4 magnets, but magnets plus this would be better still. So I've got my fabric in there, my backing fabric. I'm going to put wadding. And this is just a cotton wadding, it's nothing spectacular in here. And the thing that I want to do my design on top of is that. I've got to try and work out where to put my square so that I get it all stitched, because I can't tell at the moment where exactly that stitch is going to go. But my sewing machine will show me. I was trying to film the screen of the sewing machine here and it's a little bit flickery, so if that worries you, please jump forward about 20 seconds. In the ready to sew screen, I have this button here that gives me arrows going around a square. Touch that one. If I do this one here, it will show me exactly where this design is going to sew in my hoop. I want it to actually stitch the outline of where it's going to sew. This is what happens when, having pressed that button, I press the start stop. It's doing a very long basting stitch, which will be easy for me to pull out if I want to, but it's also showing me exactly where this design is going to stitch. Now that I have this line of basting stitch, and it's very long, it's about 1 centimetre long, that is where this design is going to stitch. And if I lay my square, my pre-prepared square, my orphan block on here, and I make sure that it's evenly over that square, so I've got, it's actually about 1/4 inch, because these are 9.5 inch squares and that's about a 9 inch block. I'm just making sure I'm fairly evenly over it. It's now ready for me to sew. Due to the wonders of technology, the camera decided not to work here. So let's start where it restarts. Back at the cutting table, and it's all stitched out. I am a little bit closer to the edge there, but that's fine, I'm not going to worry about it. I've cut this out with 1/2 inch or just under 1/2 inch from that sewn edge to where I've cut it. A few things to think about. Where those bits of piecing come together, there's actually 6 pieces of fabric coming together in that corner, and that makes that quite a chunky piece of depth for my embroidery machine to go over. So it's possibly a good idea to reset the height that the foot on your embroidery machine is going a bit higher so that it can easily get over these. But you can see that because they're wavy lines, they don't have to line up exactly with these. Doesn't really matter. The waviness gives me some wiggle room to not have it perfect. So, do you have many orphaned quilt blocks? I've found these ones without looking very hard, and there are 35 of them. So perhaps I should find something to do with them that's a bit better than just leaving them in the box. See you next time.